has done over 50k in the last 7 days. And by the end of this video, you're gonna know the best method to actually find winner after winner consistently. And best of all, this method is completely free. So before we begin, let's get one thing straight. Most of you have been sold a lie that you need to spend hours upon hours and loads of money trying to find this magical product that basically doesn't even exist. Together with a good product, you need a proper strategy. If you have one but not the other, almost all of your product tests are gonna fail. And at that point, you're basically just gambling your money away. That's why you need a market strategy. Because me and you can try to sell the same product, but the only reason why I walk away with a product that does 10k days and you don't is because I had a market strategy in mind. And I guarantee if you stick to this method, you will find a winner, guaranteed. So let's first outline what our product should look like. So you want to focus on products that are selling right now, because the last thing we want to do is sell a random product from AliExpress that nobody wants to buy. So our product needs to be validated. That means we want to find brands that are actively scaling up their ads and launching new ads every single week. However, with this, the product must also be evergreen. So imagine you're selling these winter gloves. There's a clear season when people want to buy that product, meaning the sales will only peak in the winter. And we want to avoid that, because in e-com you already have a lot of fluctuations and dips as is, and we don't want to add another variable on top of that. Next, we want to find a product in a hardcore or passionate niche. The product in these niches tend to sell very well because buyers are very hungry to buy basically anything we throw at them. Like almost anything within the health and beauty niche is fantastic to be in. Thing is, people are more responsive to pain in general. So like joint pain, back pain, but also emotional pain. That's why skin and hair care are multi-billion-dollar industries every single year, which means we can come in and get a piece of that pie. So I definitely look into these niches when doing product research. Next, we want our product to have a high perceived value. So we want our product to look high value while being extremely cheap to source. The reason we want this is because we need healthy profit margins. You want a minimum of a $20 margin together with a 3x markup. And a great way to find a product that has a high perceived value, which ties into this next point. Our product must solve a problem. We don't want to sell any cute gadgets or toys basically. We want our product to be the bridge between the customer's problem and the solution. Because you need to keep in mind that we're not just trying to sell the product itself. The reason why most people buy your product is because they believe that your product can get them to their dream outcome. And lastly, we need content availability. But if your product ticks off all the other points we just mentioned, this really shouldn't be a problem. Because a validated problem-solving product always has some content out there which you can use for your creatives. So this is where most people stop. They find a product, validate a product, and immediately try to sell. And that's where they go wrong and burn thousands of dollars. What we are gonna do is, now that we've done all of this, we're gonna think about our market strategy and opportunity. You need to do something different than all the other competitors out there, and this is crucial. You want a reason for people to buy from you and not the other bigger competitors. Because if you're this smaller store that copied this bigger store one-to-one, you will basically see no sales. Because people would always rather buy from somebody more established than somebody who's not. On top of that, Facebook won't push your ads as hard as your competitors because they're spending much more money, which gives them priority over you. So to avoid all of this, you want to differentiate yourself and position yourself differently in the market. So there are 3 ways to do this. The first way is to do an angle change. So let's take a special hair removal serum, for example, that's solely being sold to women with excessive armpit hair. You can come in and change the angle of the product slightly. So instead of advertising it as the solution to excessive armpit hair, you change it so it's the solution for excessive leg hair. And not only does this separate yourself from the competitors, you'll have a brand new target audience who has never seen that product before. And if you do this properly with a good product, things can go crazy really fast. The second way you can do this is by changing the target audience itself. So if you see that a product is only being sold to a certain demographic, so let's take the hair removal serum for example again. So if that product is only being sold to women from ages 20 to 30, a good audience switch would be to sell it to women in their 40s and 50s. You can also change it up by, instead of solely selling that product towards women, you could sell it towards men. And this way you'll also reach a brand new audience that has never seen your product before. And the last way is to find a market that has never seen that product before. And this is very easy to implement, because products that do very well in the United States will also do well in the UK, in New Zealand, in Ireland. These are all great English-speaking markets, yet a lot of dropshippers still overlook them, because they believe they solely have to run in the United States, which quite frankly isn't true. Don't get me wrong, the United States is probably one of, if not the best market to have a winner in. But I've had several stores where markets like the UK or New Zealand have done much better for me than the United States. Look, people in these Western countries have a lot of money to spend, and if you can present them with a good, validated winning product that they have never seen before, they will buy. Best of all, you'll have no competition because you will be the first one entering the market with that product. And so each of the ways I just told you will put you in a much better position when testing a product. And having this market strategy will allow you to avoid all of your competitors while thriving off of their hard work. You take a product that they spend money testing on, and you take it, make some tweaks, and sell it to people who were ready to buy but just hadn't seen the product yet. You get a validated product with no competition. This is why a market strategy is so crucial and why most dropshippers fail this e-com thing. E-com isn't gambling, it's a game of strategy. And the ones that know what they're doing, they reap all the rewards. And the ones who don't, well, you know, minus 15k. By the way guys, I've opened a Discord where we help each other out with e-com related stuff. We have some really experienced people over there, so if you want to make this e-com stuff work and get some help along the way, you can join completely for free, link in the description. Okay, so now I'm gonna give you a quick live example following all of the steps in this video. First, you're gonna open up the keywords pack and you're gonna select one of the trending keywords of the month. I'm gonna go with chin hair inhibitor, so copy that. Then you're gonna wanna go to the Facebook ad library and paste in the keyword, press enter, and now we're gonna scroll until we find a product that fits our criteria. So I found this ad from this brand called Cyberglow, and they sell this hair removal serum. So I'm gonna go to their Facebook page. Okay, so they are running 710 ads, which is a very good sign. That's a lot for a brand. And they're still scaling ads as we speak. So let's go to their site and see how that looks. Yeah, and their site looks very good. They really branded their product. And this product basically ticks off all of our criteria because they're currently scaling. It's an evergreen product, not a seasonal product. And even though this product is very cheap to source, they've really positioned it so it seems very, very high value. Just to go one step further, we're gonna use an extension called SimilarWeb to see how many visitors the site really gets. And yeah, they're doing over 150k, which is a lot of visitors. So this is definitely a very good product that's currently scaling, has a high demand, also has an insanely high perceived value for the product cost, because this serum probably costs like at max like $5 to make, you know? They get recurring monthly revenue, so the profits that they are making is like insane. But just to be safe, we're also gonna do an AI check of the entire market about this product. So first we're going to open up this product validator document we can use to let ChatGPT basically do all the product validator research for us. All the documents used in this video I'll send to you for free when you DM me on Instagram. Again, the word winner. So you just copy this first prompt, paste it, go back to the competitor's website and look for how much they are selling it. Usually you want to make a screenshot of the AliExpress listing, but for the sake of this video, I'm just gonna make a quick screenshot of the competitor's product page. Send that to AI. The price to source this is probably $5, maybe even less, but let's go for 5, and shipping would probably be like around $3. So after ChatGPT responded, you're gonna copy the second prompt. And as you can see, ChatGPT did an entire analysis of this product, and it came up with a verdict good, which is to be expected because all the stats we saw of this product were very, very good. So what we are gonna do now, because this is where most people just stop and try to test the product, we are gonna analyze our competitor and see what they're doing and what we can do differently. So when I look at the product page, even though it does say it can be used for multiple body parts, it is mainly being advertised as being for the face. At least that's the impression that I'm getting. They confirmed that this product can be used for different body parts. So what we could do is we can take this product and advertise it solely as an armpit solution or leg hair solution. And that's the first thing I noticed when I'm looking at this product page. So now you're gonna want to go to the apps library and look in what markets they're actually running their product. Well, unfortunately for us, this brand is so big that they quite literally are in almost every country, which is too bad for us. Last, we're gonna take a look at the kinds of models they use in their ads. And as you can see, most of them are younger women, like around the ages of 20 to like, give or take, like 30, 35 maybe, but like 20 to 30. So that's good news for us, because what we can also do is target this to like an older audience, especially with a product like this. Older women really get insecure about their looks. Like the older a woman gets, the older anyone gets, the more insecure they get about their appearance until a certain age, of course. Like I think like for men and women around like age 60, they like kind of give up about looks, but until the age of 60 they do actually still care about how they look. And a product like this, I know for a fact, would work really well with like middle-aged women especially. So what I do, because this competitor is already in almost every market, is I take this product and I make an age demographic switch, so rebranding this product to cater more towards older women. But one thing I always do before I lock in my market strategy, I open up these prompts, and what these prompts will basically do is make ChatGPT do again some deep research about the market, but this time to spot some market opportunities for us, because like AI is so fucking powerful, it can like search the web in like minutes. So yeah, that's really a no-brainer. So you copy this first prompt, go back to ChatGPT and paste it in the same chat as you did your market research. So now ChatGPT is going to give you a few ideas of certain market opportunities, but what you want to do next is copy the second prompt and you're going to paste that in. Oh, and I always recommend to just read the responses of ChatGPT, because even though this is not going to be the final result we want from ChatGPT, really good to read them, because sometimes you may get inspired. So now ChatGPT will give you many different market opportunities which you can pick and choose from. So guys, that's basically it for this video. As you can see, I found a pretty good product and really didn't even take me like 10 minutes to find. If you spend a little bit more on product research and use this method, I can guarantee that you will find a winning product. Again, if you need some help with finding winners or anything ecom related, you can join my Discord, link in the description. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.